Happy Wednesday, everybody. Today, what we're going to learn about for language is the difference between it's and its, there and there, and your and your. Because we've been talking about contractions all week. Remember how a contraction is the shortened form of two words put together with an apostrophe, I hope you just said. So, but for today, we're going to compare these guys. So we have it's, it apostrophe s, which is it is, and we have there, which is they apostrophe re, which stands for they are, and then we have your you apostrophe re, that stands for you are. These are all contractions, and again, remember, every contraction must have that apostrophe on it. But now, here's where it gets confusing whenever we're listening and whenever we're reading books. What if it says its name is George? This its is a possessive noun. A possessive, or it's actually a possessive pronoun. The possessive pronoun simply means that this pronoun owns something. Okay? So its means whatever it is owns that thing. Kind of like in there, their, this there means they own something, means two or more people own something. So if I said their class has a fish, or their class owns a pet, or whatever that is, there would be their. Sounds exactly like they apostrophe re, but the difference is this one says they are, and this one says it belongs to them. It's called a possessive pronoun. And the same thing with your. You are an amazing person. You're an amazing person. Or your mom yells at you, go to your room. your. So for today's lesson, what I'm going to challenge you to do, if you feel like it, parents, you can challenge your kiddos to do this too. Use these guys in different sentences. Use it's in a sentence. It apostrophe s. It's going to be a beautiful day today. It is going to be a beautiful day today. Its name is Max, meaning my dog's name is Mac. It's Max. Its name is Max. What I'm going to challenge you guys to do, and if you want to do this, right below this video, go ahead and put it down. Take a picture of it and put it down for me. But it is, they are, they apostrophe re, they are, your, you apostrophe re, you are. And again, in this one, it's a possessive pronoun. Possessive pronoun simply means that this owns something. Its name is Max, and it owns the name Max. Its dog bowl is empty. That dog's bowl is empty. Their toy is broken. The two people that own it, their toy is broken. Your could be like your name is Brian. Okay, so go to your room, eat your dinner, whatever the case may be. Okay, so again, the challenge for today is, if you choose to accept it, give me or write a couple of sentences using this one, using the contractions, and then write a couple more sentences using the possessive pronouns. Now, usually what I would do is go ahead and just do a different video. Today I'm going to run the videos together because our math lesson is not too long today. Okay, our math lesson is going to be about comparing numbers. I found this really cool little game that some kiddos on YouTube were playing, believe it or not. And what they did is they actually took a deck of cards, just a normal cards. I took all of the tens, jacks, queens, and kings out. And of course, you can see, I love my thunder. So I got myself some thunder cards. What the kiddos did is they took the cards, they shuffled them all up, mixed them all up, put them all together. And then they said, okay, we're going to take 4 cards and we're going to lay them out. My first card that I have is an 8. So I'm going to put the number 8. What we're going to do is we're going to make 4-digit numbers. The second card is another 8. So 8,872. So my first number is 8,872. My second number Now, the ace is going to count as a 1. So it's 1,300. And there's another ace. This guy got lucky. 1,300. And there's a 6. So 1,316. And then you could do another one. Let's just say for time's sake, let's say you ended up with 5,471. Now, the game that they played online or on YouTube was they took all of these numbers, they made 3 or 4 or 5 numbers, and what they did is they had the kiddos had to put them in number order. Basically, which is the least, which is the greatest. And this is another thing, especially for 3rd grade, that they need to know how to do, is order these from least to greatest and greatest to least. So parents, what you can do with your kiddo is, if you don't have a deck of cards, make up your numbers. It doesn't matter, roll dice if you want to make the numbers. But here we go. So the way I teach my 3rd graders is this. Always look at the biggest place first. If all 4 of them have a number in the thousands, so we're going to go from greatest to least this time. So what we're going to do is we're going to look for the greatest number in the thousands place. In this case, it happens to be 8, 1, and 5. I actually tell my kiddos to line them up. 8, 1, and 5. What we do then is we say, okay, which one is the bigger of the 3? Obviously the 8 is. So this is a pretty simple example, but I would tell my kids, okay, so 8,872 would come first. Okay, what would come second? The second number, they cross this one out. They don't ever shade it all the way out or erase it all the way out, because if they do that, then that makes it to where they can't see it and they've made a mistake. They don't know what that number is. So I always just tell them, put an X on it, draw a line through it, make it to where you know that you've used it, but don't make it to where you can't see it. So then they have a choice between 1,000 and 5,000, and obviously the 5,000 is going to be bigger, and then they're going to write the last one is 1,316. Now, that's obviously a real easy one because all of the thousands places are different. So let's go to a little bit more complicated one real fast. I'm just going to make up this 3 different numbers, 3 random numbers. Let's say this one's 6,542, this one's 6,673, and this one is 3,821. Now, let's continue going from greatest to least. I again tell them, okay, do all 3 of them have a number in the thousands? Yes, they do. So let's underline that. And then we go, okay, which one has the biggest? Is it a 6, a 6, or a 3? So then a couple of kids would say, well, the 6s are the same. True. So where do we go next? The next spot you go to is the hundreds place. Now we're going to compare the hundreds place and these 2, not this one. And the reason why we're not going to do it in this one is because it begins with a 3. So what I would do is I wouldn't cross it out. I would just kind of put my hand over it. Just make sure the kiddos know that we're not using this one. The only 2 we're using is this. In fact, also what you could do is just circle the 2 that you're comparing. Okay? Or put an X next to it or whatever you want to do. So 6,542, 6,673, which one is bigger? Obviously, the 6,673 is going to be bigger because the hundreds place is bigger. So 6,673, and then we're going to have 6,542, and then we're going to have 3,821. Now, for you parents with kiddos that are younger, definitely do that. That was awesome. Couldn't even put my cap on, right? But another cool thing you could do for the littler ones is make it just to where they're in the hundreds place. And if you've got a first grader, make it to where it's just in the tens place. Maybe challenge them to go higher. With us in 3rd grade, what I'd be doing here in a couple weeks is I'd be bumping this up to 10,000s and 100,000s. But just beginners, start out the 3rd graders in the thousands place. As soon as they can get them right that way, move them up to 10,000s, then move them up to 100,000s. And again, don't always go greatest to least, because that's not the way it's always going to be written in the problems at school. There are going to be some times where it's written go from least to greatest. And in this case, obviously, this would be least, then this one, then this one. So it's kind of what I tell my kids, just reverse the process. Okay? So with that said, you had 2 pretty simple, pretty easy lessons today. Just remember, if you have any questions, comments, or need anything, you guys that are watching on Remind 101, text me, message me. You have my phone number as well. And those of you that are on Facebook or wherever you're watching this at, if you have a question, right below, ask me the question. I'd be glad to help you out. But again, my job as a teacher right now is just to make sure you guys are being safe, make sure that you guys are having fun, and then to help out as much as I can with teaching you guys through the internet waves, I guess is what they're called. So anyway, again, anything I can do for you, holler at me. Take some pictures of what your kiddos are doing. I'd love to see it. If you're, especially those of you that are challenging your kiddos, take some pictures of it, put it below this post. Remind 101 kiddos, parents, make sure, take a picture of it and let me see it. Again, remember, this is strictly you do it if you want to. This is just my way of helping you guys out. Again, I can do anything for you. Holler at me. Love you guys. Have a blessed and wonderful Wednesday. I will see you tomorrow morning.